All right. We're going to start with Colleen Unsworth. So Colleen, come on up.
So the work, I'm not sure where they are. Hopefully you've gotten a worksheet. Okay, they're being passed around. We were going to do like a little mini breakout, but we've printed enough that hopefully most people can have one at their seat. And you can just write your ideas as we go instead of doing the breakout at the end. But I'm going to quickly summarize a little bit about NASA Vine, which I've been also grateful to be the coordinator of for the past 4 years through my fellowship. This was another of Vic's brain children. And it was established in 2016 alongside Petal. And I think one of his visions was that, the group, the different collaboration that would happen through the Vine network would be able to help support Petal along the way. So Vine stands for the Virtual Interchange for Nature-Inspired Exploration. So we're focused on bringing different disciplines together, anyone from education to technical groups to people even, bless you, just inspired by nature or inspired by, the ideas and they want to learn more. Everyone from professionals to citizen scientists. So it's very open and we have a lot of flexibility in it. So Vine has also been an entity that has supported Biocene in the past. And in 2019 and 2020, when Biocene originated as the Biomimicry Summit that Carol and Tricia mentioned before. And in 2019, 2020, it was a smaller event. And we actually NASA hosted that in 2019. We had a tools workshop where we were focused on biomimicry tools and brought in some really cool people to NASA for that. And then 2020 was virtual. Once I got a hold of actually organizing a conference, then we had to do something completely different. But that was really great too, actually. And then the last role we have is to support these different technical clusters. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So, yep, the 2019 workshop was about tools. We gathered about 50 people, and it was great to see a lot of the names of people you work with virtually to actually get to meet in person. We had some tours like this year, and some really amazing presentations. So we were really grateful for that participation. And then in 2020, it was virtual. We had a lot of amazing people as well for that. And it was cool because we got to reach a lot more of a global audience because it was virtual. So that was also very successful. We reached people from all around the world, and I think it was pretty well received, and people enjoyed getting to collaborate even though it was online. So now for Vine, one of the, after having worked on Vine for the past 5 years, it's kind of evolved a bit, and I've been able to identify, along with some of the core members, some of the ways that Vine can be improved or gain more momentum in the future. And I'm actually going to be out of this role in the next couple months after my fellowship is over. So I want to help Vine to be able to, get that momentum and some traction to run forward. And so what we're looking to do in the future is establish a little bit more structure with some funded projects. So we're actually actively looking at some different proposals, and Dr. Jacqueline Nog will be on in just a second to briefly overview some of the NSF proposals we're considering. And Dr. Marianne Egermont is looking into how we can make sure that international people have opportunities to collaborate with us as well as find funding opportunities abroad. So yeah, we're hoping to have a little more structure with regular meetings with collaborators, and NASA's CAS team and INCOSI are some of the people who might be some core partners, hopefully. And then Marianne had this great idea of having, in order for access and a little bit for updates to be able to be shared easily, have each cluster as they evolve get their own website that's branches off the Vine website. So yeah, we're open to, we're recruiting a lot of new membership. We're kind of like revamping and changing directions. So on the sheet, I just made it, so I'm trying to remember what it says. But
to give you one.
Oh. Oh no. Thank you. You found me. So yeah, so actually I'm going to play a couple of videos in just a second. They're just brief from two of the clusters. And they'll talk a little bit about the work they do. And then maybe if you have ideas of some expertise you can bring to Vine, just jot them down on the paper. We don't have time for report out because this is a little shorter now, but yeah, we will curate this feedback and reach out to people who need.
What the clusters are now.
Yes, maybe. Okay, so, well, actually, yeah, this is what the videos will show. We've had up to 10 different technical clusters, including, photovoltaics, a lot of NASA-centered technical groups. Marianne's evolved the education lately, and I'll let you see that in just a second. So these are pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, we want to hear from you. Even if they're lofty ideas that you don't know how it'll connect, we'd love to connect and see if it'll work. And there's no obligation to commit any amount of time or anything, so we'd love to just hear if you guys are interested. So I hope if I click that, it'll play. Yeah, so these are brief. They're like 2 minutes each, so it'll take a couple.
Hey guys, this is Giselle Carr from Trinidad and Tobago. I am the founder and CEO of Stardust Life-Centered Design, which is a small design consultancy based in the Caribbean with global connections that is working on mainly brand strategy, communication strategy, and internal brand strategy, which is more like change management for world-changing brands.
My name is Claudia Rivera. I work as an associate researcher at the Institute of Atmospheric Sciences and Climate Change in Mexico City. My research interests are volcanoes, atmospheric chemistry, emissions to the atmosphere in general, ground-based and space-based measurements, and biomimicry.
I'm Shoshana Jacobs, an associate professor in the Department of Integrative Biology and an adjunct professor in the Department of Management at the University of Guelph. In the Biome Knowledge Lab, we focused on identifying the future skills that our workforce is going to need in order to effectively mobilize knowledge and provide access to information within biology.
Hello, my name is Nicoleta Zampacki, and I am PhD candidate in modern Greek literature at the Faculty of Philology of the National Capodician University of Athens in Greece. I was instructor at the Utah University in the United States of America, international student and fellow at MIT, Harvard Extension School, Stanford University, Oxford University, Universität Tübingen in Germany, Edvard Loránd University in Hungary. My research disciplines are environmental humanities, post-humanities, digital humanities, literary theory, comparative literature, and the phenomenology of Maurice Merleau-Ponty.
And my name is Marianne Egermont. I'm a teaching professor at the University of Calgary and one of the co-editors of Zygote Quarterly. And a recent project you can see in this slide, 2 books with Elsevier's, with co-editors El Heppen, Vic Shyam, on biomimicry, and we're planning more of these books and hope to collaborate on the fine projects coming up. Thanks.
Hello. This video will give an overview of systemology and systems engineering cluster. The cluster is led by 2 catalysts, myself, Jacqueline K. Noggle. I'm an engineering faculty member at James Madison University, and my colleague,
Kurt McNamara, and I help coordinate the Natural Systems Working Group in COSI, and I'm a systems educator and engineer.
The systemology and systems engineering represents one of the NASA-defined clusters, and our main goal is to establish standards of practice for nature-inspired design. We accomplished this goal with a multidisciplinary team of people from industry and academia with a variety of backgrounds, including engineering, systems science, and biology. And the work that we do is equally diverse. So some of the examples of the tasks or the projects that we've worked on include doing literature reviews to understand the landscape of tools and methods, as well as the gaps of existing work, interfacing with industry through surveys and tools training to better understand their needs and experiences, what they value, how they're adopting or not biomimicry, and Some original work that we've engaged in is through the development of a DFX-style approach for biomimicry practitioners. And throughout all this work, in our meetings, we have deep discussions, which occur 4 to 6 times a year. We present our work and we publish in a variety of venues, and we also collaborate with the INCOSE Natural Systems Working Group. And so we welcome new members at any time. So if any of this is exciting to you, please reach out. And now I'll pass it on to Kurt.
Thanks, Jacqueline. And INCOSE, the International Council of System Engineers, and the Natural Systems Working Group, which is living systems plus all the systems of nature, I'm really glad to support the excellent work that she's doing coordinating, and we do recommend you get involved. And from our perspective, from the Natural Systems Working Group perspective, we're trying to give system engineers more readily access to kind of the general ideas and principles from natural systems to help them integrate that into their designs and make improvements, as well as provide more of a systems-oriented view to the people doing bioinspiration. Next slide. So we've got a 1-page in the upcoming INCOSE 5th edition handbook on natural systems. We have a primer that's out for review right now. We'd love to have your comments. And we're working on some short videos to go a little more in-depth on different aspects of natural systems that are of interest to engineers. And we want to do more in-depth tutorials and trainings, and we'd love to have your support and participation. So thank you for listening.
If Jacqueline has anything quickly to add about these funding opportunities, this was the last content slide we have. If Jacqueline's able to speak for a minute.
I'm here.
Yeah, thank you. Even just like a 30-second overview if you would like.
Sure. So for anyone unfamiliar with the NSF, that's the National Science Foundation. It's a federal agency in the United States that supports basic research. And they recognize that there are these national scale society level challenges, and they cannot be solved by a single discipline. So the NSF created what's called the Convergence Accelerator. And as the name implies, it funds multidisciplinary teams and cross-cutting partnerships that are intentionally focused on sustainability and societal impact. And they want proposers to do this by merging innovative ideas, approaches, and technologies from a wide range of sectors and expertise. And so, as you were just seeing on the screen there are research tracks that they solicit proposals for, and they rotate. And so this year, in 2022, there's 3, and we've identified 2 that could be something that Vine contributes to. And so those are the enhancing opportunities for persons with disabilities. So they're looking for use-inspired solutions to enhance quality of life or employment access and opportunities for persons with disabilities. And then another one is the sustainable materials for global challenges. And this is looking at advances in fundamental material science or materials design and manufacturing methods, and how these can couple together to impact end use and full life cycle considerations so that the materials can be environmentally and economically sustainable. And so, because this is a convergence accelerator, it's really a great opportunity for the different clusters within Vine to bring together their expertise toward a common goal and to pull in other subject matter experts. So really finding those intersections that we can all contribute to. And then this will allow us to also work in parallel with the Convergence Aeronautic Solutions Group, or CAS, within NASA as well.
Thank you. Yes, that's pretty much all we had. I wanted to mention really quick that Chris Maurer, who we saw talk about the materials, is another person who's been very active in Vine. And there are some other technical people and collaborators in and outside of NASA from any expertise or education level would be welcome. So, yep. Oh, this is not relevant anymore. But here is the Vine website. If you'd like more information, you can QR code or just search NASA Vine. And from there, there's a contact us link if you'd like to contact us that way, or you can find me at some point and we can talk more about how you can get involved if you're interested. And just turn in your sheets, I guess, as we walk out the door. We'll just have a little pile there. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Colleen.